It was starting to impact my own sleep as well. And then I was thinking, you know what, before I start resenting breastfeeding so much, I think it's time that we stopped. And I think 15 months is a great time to stop as well. Hi guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel. If you're new here, my name is Olufunke Theresa, or Funke for short, and today's video is about how to wean your toddler or your baby from breastfeeding. And since it's breastfeeding week, I feel like it's the perfect time for me to talk about this. I'm making this video, and please, you guys, you need to watch this video because I've made some videos that you guys didn't watch, and to be honest, it really did put me off making videos because you guys are not giving it love. So please kindly watch my videos. It's God that I'm using God to beg you, please watch my videos. Please do watch my videos because that's the point. Anyways, I know it's been a while that I've been on here, so for me, mental health is important. Now I'm back and I'm going to continue making videos, and I promise you guys I have more exciting content to come. So enough of the babbling, let's get straight into it. First of all, it is really difficult to wean a child of breastfeeding. I know some people say it's not that bad. It is that bad. I believe honestly that you need to be seriously prepared for you to do this thing, or else you just, once it gets a bit difficult, you just want to like go back and like, you know what, we'll do it some other time. So now it is important for you guys to know that breastfeeding, if you're able to breastfeed your child, it is amazing. It's a great feeling. If you're not able to, you know what, fed is best at the end of the day, and you definitely want the best for your child. So yeah, if you can breastfeed, I promise you that's a lot of benefit for both you and baby. It helps baby grow stronger and healthier, and it increases the bond between mother and child, and also it helps with weight loss if you do extended breastfeeding to like 15-18 months. Ensure that you're the one that made the decision that I want to wean my daughter off breastfeeding, because I got a lot of pressure from, you know, from people surrounding me telling me, why are you still breastfeeding? Are you still breastfeeding? Blah 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 blah. Especially after my daughter became 10 months old, it's like, oh, she's gonna be 1 year old, so why are you still breastfeeding? I was like, it's my personal choice. I want to breastfeed my child, and for a child like mine who didn't like taking bottle, she didn't like the bottle. If I expressed my milk into the bottle, she wouldn't take it. There was no way that I could make her take the milk except via my breast. You know, I tried it even with formula. She hated formula. I tried different kind of bottle, different teats, and she just didn't like it. So yeah, for some of us, it is what it is. That's the kind of child that I have. And also, for me, I believe breastfeeding is more convenient. You know, all you have to do is just whip up the boobs and the baby suckles on it. There's no preparation. You don't have to look for warm water, or you don't have to clean bottle. All I have to do is just bring up my boobs and, you know, eat healthy, eat things that's not going to impact my child, not drink alcohol. I believe it's more convenient. In the night when she wakes up, when she was still breastfeeding, I just bring her from her cot into the bed with me, and when she was even breast sharing with us after she was 1 year old, all I did is just whip out the boobs. So yeah, so I made this decision after she was like 15 months. When she was getting to 15 months, I made up my mind. I said, you know what, I'm going to stop breastfeeding because now it's no longer convenient for me. She was waking up a lot at night, and I realized she just wanted to be on the boobs, but then she wasn't hungry because she eats a lot. So I knew that I fed her really well, but then she wakes up for comfort feeding. She just wanted for comfort. So then it was starting to impact my own sleep as well. And then I was thinking, you know what, before I start resenting breastfeeding so much, I think it's time that we stopped, and I think 15 months is a great time to stop as well. And now I'm going to talk about how I weaned my toddler off breastfeeding. First, you need to ensure that you're ready. Once you make up your mind, I'm done with breastfeeding, I want to breastfeed, it's gonna make weaning a tiny bit easier. I'm not gonna lie to you and say it's gonna make it easier, because it's quite difficult. People say to you within 3 days it has ended. No, it doesn't finish within 3 days. Mine was like for a week or even 8 days. So I don't know what people are talking about. For some people, maybe it is that fast, but for me it wasn't that fast. Secondly, don't go cold turkey. A lot of people go cold turkey and then they find it really difficult for both the child and them. So prior to when I made up my mind fully that this is the week we're going to end this breastfeeding, weeks before then, if she comes to me and she wants to breastfeed and I know that she's just finished eating and she's not hungry, I distract her with her iPad, or I distract her with a toy. Whenever we go to my mother-in-law's place, you know, she sees her cousins, she's excited to see her cousins. Sometimes she even forgets to come for breastfeeding, and that's because she really didn't need it anyways, but she just needed it for comfort. So if she tries to come, if she just sees me and she thinks, oh, you know what, that's my boob machine, I need to get that boob, what I do is I distract her make her play with her cousin, and then I leave that place so she doesn't see me. So I was doing that gradually, and letting her know that, listen, this is not going to be whipped out like every other time that I used to whip it out for you. And also I was saying to her, people say they understand, I don't know if she understood, but I was saying to her gradually, I'm going to be taking this breast from you. So I reduced it to morning, afternoon, evening, and in the midnight. When she wakes up in the midnight, she wants to feed, I give it to her, but I also knew that I was going to stop that very soon. So it wasn't every time she wakes up in the midnight that I give it to her. Sometimes I try to offer water and she says no, and then she gets angry, she cries, and then she sleeps. So that means I've missed like about 2 feeds at night. And then in the morning, when she wakes up, first thing she wants is the boob, so I give it to her, and then I give her breakfast, which is oats, because she likes eating porridge. And then I try to give her a lot of snacks, so that is really important as well. Give snacks. After she's had lunch, I give her loads of water, and then I started introducing juice a bit. I try to give her cow milk because she was over 12 months, but she never took cow milk, but then she takes cow milk in a porridge. So whenever she's at lunch, I give her tiny bit of juice mixed with water, and then I give her water, and then I give her fruits, a lot of snacks. Fruits is a great snack for kids. It has natural sugar anyways, and it's quite healthy for them. So I give her different kind of fruits just to distract her, and then I give her dinner, and then I breastfeed her to sleep because she was used to breastfeeding to sleep. She has associated breastfeeding to sleep. I try to make sure that I disassociate breastfeeding to sleeping. So I would tell her dad to take her when I see that she's about to get sleepy, and then he will try to get her to sleep. It was difficult. Sometimes she wouldn't even listen, and then at the end of the day I had to give her the breast. But I knew that gradually I was letting her know that I'm taking the boobs off of her. So we did that up until the week where I eventually weaned her. So now you need to make sure that you have cabbage leaves ready for this particular week. So I got cabbage leaves, I put it in the fridge, I cleaned it. You have to clean it. I have them in a bowl and then put it in the fridge to make it cold. Some people say they put it in the freezer, but I don't think you really need to put it in the freezer. They get cold quickly. Some people say they don't want to wear bra because of how painful the boobs get. For me, I wore my nursing bra. The Sunday morning when she wakes up, she breastfeed. We tried to distract her from breastfeeding so she didn't breastfeed, and then we gave her a morning porridge and then gave her snacks, and then Daddy took her out to her cousins, and we didn't see each other up until around 10 p.m. So they've left home since like 10 a.m. and then we didn't see her until 10 p.m. So that way she understands, okay, you know what, I don't even really need boobs. Do you understand? I don't even really need boobs. I can be fine with it. She saw her cousin, she was playing, she was eating and all of that, Sometimes she came to her dad, like she's trying to look for me, but then she forgets about it because she gets distracted. So now me at home, I was trying to nurse my boobs because it was getting full and heavy because it was expecting my daughter to breastfeed. That's the communication your body's trying to, communicate. But my body wasn't producing that much milk anymore because gradually, I already stopped it gradually anyway. So that's the importance of stopping it gradually. Body will adjust to producing less milk because your child is not really demanding that much. So my boobs, the milk was coming, and then my boobs got really, really huge and really painful. I've never seen my boobs that big before in my whole and entire life. It was really huge, it was really painful. So what I did was I took the cabbage leaves, I put it on my boobs, and I took paracetamol. And the cabbage leaves just gives you that soothing relief, and also I think it takes out the moisture from your boobs. So it's not just for it to give you soothing cold relief, it also take out the moisture from it, because apparently the cabbage leaves has some thing inside of it that helps draw out moisture. Because when I take it out of my boobs, I see like sort of like sweat, or I don't know if it's sweat or water or something on the cabbage leaf. So that means definitely it's drawing out something from your skin, from your body. So you leave the cabbage leaves in your boobs until it wilts, until the cabbage leaf is wilted. That is the only time you need to take it out. I also read, because I was getting really desperate and I was in so much pain, I was reading one of the pamphlets that I was given by the NHS about weaning, and then I saw where they said to not pump the breast, which is really important. Do not pump your breast when you're weaning, because you're going to send the wrong message to your body. And then don't try and wear anything that's going to stimulate your nipple. I think that's why it says sponge bra is better. When I was getting too heavy, I felt like I just needed to release a little bit, so I hand expressed a little bit ensuring that I'm not touching my nipple, so my nipple doesn't think, oh, it's time to feed baby. So I just underpressed a little bit into the zinc, and then, you know, a little bit just to relieve me a bit. It didn't really relieve me, but then it just felt like something, you know. And then I came back to rest, to lay back. I wasn't drinking that much water. I also read that drinking red sage tea or peppermint tea would also help. I was able to find good peppermint tea. Peppermint tea helps draw out moisture as well in the skin, because I was trying not to use medication. Well, let me be the first to say that if you use tea, if you're drinking tea for weaning, please don't drink it every 4 hours, because you're just letting your body produce more milk. Listen, I had no idea. I was desperate. I was thinking, now let me keep drinking the tea to get it out. Stupid me, forgetting that that's going to make my body produce more milk. So then I went back and read what I read, and it was like, drink this tea after every 8 hours. I started making 2 tea bags of the tea in a really small quantity, so the 2 tea bags are really concentrated, and I drank it every 8 hours. I promise you, it was working really well. And also the cabbage leaf was working. I continued with the cabbage leaves. Also, another mistake you shouldn't make, rookie mistake like mine, another rookie mistake you shouldn't make is trying to apply essential oils on your boobs. I read it somewhere on Google, you know, Dr. Google, thank you. And someone said include essential oil, tiny bit of essential oil into the cabbage leaves, the peppermint oil on your boobs with the cabbage leaves. So the mint and the coldness together will help give you sensory relief. It did give me soothing relief, but then some of us are quite allergic to peppermint oil, essential oil. Some of us are allergic to adding oils onto our skin directly. Even though on the oil that I saw, they literally said you have to mix it with a carrier oil for you to be able to use this. And I did. I mixed it with a coconut oil before rubbing it on my skin. I had rashes all over my boobs, okay, and then it was becoming itchy. And then look, I'm having a painful breast, and then I'm having itchy skin because of the oil. Listen, I was mind blown. I was thinking, oh God, I can't just be reading everything that I see on the internet. This thing doesn't work for me, so I stopped doing that. Some people even said add peppermint oil into a glass of water and then drink it. And then on the container they said do not consume. So what is going on? What are people saying? So I've made those mistakes on behalf of you, so you don't have to make those mistakes. Please just steer clear of it if you're trying to win. There are other ways to win. Please drink tea every 8 hours. Use cabbage leaves on your boobs. Wash properly. Put in the fridge. Put it on the boobs. Wear with your bra, and then relax. Use paracetamol, and then drink the sage tea. And I promise you that is gonna work. And so that was how I was able to ease the pain of my milk coming in. So my milk was still, my boobs were still heavy, but then the pain wasn't as painful after I changed my strategy, and then I was feeling myself drying up. So if I feel like it was too full, all I just do is just tiny bit of antidepressant, and that was okay. I have to mention that when my daughter came back at night after her dad took her, because my dad was he was off work for like a week, so we're able to concentrate. So after her dad brings her at night, she tries to, of course, ask me for boobs. I don't run away from her. I try to hug her, and then she tries to ask me for boobs, and I try to explain to her, no, you can't have boobs. She cries, her daddy takes her, and then we sleep separate. So I slept in another room, her dad slept in another room, just to ensure that she doesn't expect boobs. So she cried, she was crying. We were trying to give her everything. We gave her water, we gave her all the things we know she would like, strawberry, fruits, everything. And then she had that, and then her daddy rocked her to get her to sleep, and then he rocked her, put her on the shoulders, rocked her, and then she went to sleep. Then she woke up in the midnight because she was expecting midnight feed, but because I wasn't on the bed with her, she was thinking, where was I? So I was sleeping in another room, so she wouldn't know where I was at. Where I was. But then her dad had grapes and water by the bedside, just in case she wakes up, because we know she really likes grapes, and then we squashed the grapes so she doesn't choke up on it. When she woke up in the night and daddy offered her water, she was like, no, get that away from me. She wanted milk, she wanted boobs. So her dad gave her the grapes. She had the grapes, she cried, and then she went back to sleep. That was day one. That was day one successful. In the morning she woke up expecting boobs again. We tried to distract her, gave her food, took her out, came back at night. She wanted milk. I greeted her, but then I made sure that she wasn't having the boobs, so she was getting by the third day she was understanding, but she was still crying in the midnight, but she was understanding. I think this is not happening anymore. So but I was still in pain. So by the fourth day she didn't even bother coming to me for boobs anymore, because she was thinking, oh, this is this is not working, this is not going to happen. So and all the midnights, whenever she wakes up in the midnight, she gets either fruit or water. And then we stopped fruit on the fourth night. We stopped fruit entirely because of course we don't want her to be waking up to eat, because she's not hungry. Like the health visitor said, she's not hungry, she just needed something. So by the fourth night, when she woke up, we gave her water again. Water was okay, and then she took water, and that was how we continued water until she doesn't even bother waking up for baby. So when I stopped breastfeeding and when I weaned her, her sleeping even got better, because she wasn't waking up, you know, every 2.5 hours for her to have boobs anymore. So she was just sleeping through the night, and we ensure that she feeds really well at night, and then she comes to bed. So our daddy rocks her to bed. So that was how I was able to successfully wean her off breastfeeding. So yeah, it took a week for it to eventually finish, but then it was a gradual step. So that's what I'm going to say to you. If you want to really wean your toddler, you have to do it gradually, and then, because it's really harsh to just stop them like that, you know. You have to let them know that it's not going to be happening all the time, and then they'll get used to it. They learn pretty quickly, and I believe that's what I'm going to do for my next child. If I'm able to breastfeed, I'm lucky enough to be able to breastfeed. And thank you so much for watching this video. God bless you. And if you guys want me to talk about how I was able to get my milk to really flow in my next video, please do let me know, because a lot of people say they struggle. You know what, I'm going to make a video about that, how to get your milk to come in after, you know, after you've had the baby and you want to breastfeed. If you want to really breastfeed, it wasn't really that bad for me. At first milk wasn't coming in, but eventually it came in. So, and I feel like there are a lot of misinformation on the internet about letting your milk come in, and you know, it's not even that difficult if you are ready to put in the work. So thank you guys for staying tuned and watching this video to the end. If you got to this level of this video, thank you so much. You are amazing. Thank you. God bless you. Thank you for watching this video. I'm going to see you guys next time in my next video. God bless you. Bye.